The Revolutionary War just ended and Mexico is restoring. The main reason for the war was to give the working people the land they worked for, and also because many had disagreements with Porfirio Diaz and Huerta. The violence did not end until Alvaro became president in 1920.
Anda todo alborotado.
The war gave birth to many great artists. It was the uprise of Los Tres Grandes, which were David Alfaro, Diego Rivera, and Jose Orozco. After the war, Los Tres Grandes were hired by the government to create art for the Mexican people. They painted the interior and exterior of buildings in Mexico.
Tenías mucha razón, le hago caso al corazón.
Diego Rivera, born in 1886, traveled around the world learning different types of art. Rivera went to Europe, where he was influenced by European Mannerism like Cubism and Picasso. Italian Renaissance also influenced him to paint frescoes and Mannerism. Mannerism is a movement in Western art that better reflects modern society. Mannerism is an art used to tell the truth and create growth. Mannerism is one of the biggest influences to Diego Rivera's work. Renaissance art was used to educate the illiterate, to enforce Catholic teaching, and show civic pride and duty. Muralism is almost the same thing. His artwork is meant to teach the indigenous people and to show the world how beautiful Mexico is. According to James Cockford, if working people were to learn to control their own lives and run their own farms and factories, then they must learn the truth of their history.
Mucha razón, le hago caso al corazón. Y me muero por
After 14 years out of the country, Rivera finally came home to Mexico. Rivera's first creation was a mural called Creation, painted in 1922 to 1923. In this mural, he cooperated the knowledge of Italian Renaissance. The mural did not include any type of Mexican theme, but more natural elements. The painting was painted in a Jesuit boarding school, therefore it does fall into the painting of religiousness. As years went on, he continued to create more and more murals. Today, we'll be looking at the mural called Dia de Muertos by the famous Diego Rivera. Diego Rivera painted this mural in Mexico City in 1923. This fresco shows a celebration happening for the Day of the Dead. This painting has unity as everything comes together. Looking all around, you can see the painting is very colorful and vibrant. On the top of the mural, we can see skeletons holding guitars while fully clothed. Right below the skeletons, we can see a big crowd celebrating Dia de los Muertos. Diego also includes himself in the crowd. According to our textbook, in the crowd we can see priest, general, a capitalist, and a laborer. Many can say that this included politics.
De pronto que se acerca un caballero.
To understand this painting, we are going to look into the Day of the Dead. The Day of the Dead is a celebration that happens for 3 days, October 31st to November 2nd. These days are to celebrate the loved ones and ancestors in a very colorful way. Candles are lit to help spirits home to their loved ones, and food is involved. Looking at this mural through our iconography glasses, we can see the skulls and skeletons. Skeletons represent the souls of the departed loved one. Aztecs helped create the Day of the Dead. Hanal Pixan is the name given to the Day of the Dead for the Mayans. To the Mayans, this day is all about traditional food made for the spirits who are believed to return to visit families. Diego Rivera uses these icons in his painting as the focal point to display that the Day of the Dead is a celebration for the deceased loved one and a very important day for Mexico. Now we will take off those fancy iconography glasses and put on our Marxism glasses. Diego Rivera did paint some amazing murals, but what was the purpose of these paintings? According to David Craven, David talks about Diego's involvement he had in politics. David Craven states, "It was Rivera's populist use of figurative historic references that has caused many commenters to overlook the modernist components and concerns of his murals." Diego Rivera's paintings show the side of history of Mexico. Diego Rivera was big on politics and painted about it. Diego was not afraid to let the people know what was happening in Mexico. According to James Crockford, he said, "Rivera showed modernism, industrial slums with their huge factories, and witnessed intense poverty."
No queda otro camino que adorar las mujeres. Oh, mujeres.
Diego was hired to work in the United States to paint social realism about the Great Depression caused by the stock market crash of 1929 and the severe drought that occurred the following years, 1930 to 1936. He was hired to uplift America. He painted a mural in Detroit, which was influenced mostly by the Great Depression. The Man at the Crossfield is a recreation as the original was destroyed. Diego was having some controversy with the Rockefellers as he did not want to remove a portrait of Lenin. So due to politics, it was destroyed. Rivera was attempting to uplift Mexico after the Mexican Revolution. He also wanted to place Mexican modern art on top with European work and the United States. Many can say that Rivera's work was propaganda for the Communist Party as he was very big on politics. Diego Rivera, Dia de Muertos, is a mural of the Day of the Dead. Although it may look like just a painting, it has much more meaning to it. It has a political and historical background. Diego Rivera has inspired many young artists. Rivera influenced me, but I am no artist. Diego Rivera inspired me to draw. As you can see, I drew a skeleton with a pyramid in the background. To you, it may just look like that, but to me, it has more of a meaning. The skeleton represents the passing of my grandfather. The pyramids in the background are the Yucatan pyramids, as he was born and passed away there. And the very dark background represents the hard life my grandpa had, giving my mom and her family the childhood they had.